guys, and welcome to my channel, Changing Phases Tarot. I'm so happy to have you all here with me today. First of all, Happy New Year. I hope that 2018 is going to be a wonderful year for everybody watching. For my returning viewers, thank you. I really appreciate you sticking with me throughout the past year. I appreciate all of your likes, your comments. It really does mean a lot to me. And for new viewers who have found me here, I'm very happy that you stumbled across my video here on YouTube, and I hope that the messages resonate. And if they do, please feel free to like, share, and hopefully subscribe to the channel. That way you'll be notified when I upload new videos. Now today's reading will be a 10-card Celtic cross, right? Focusing on the energy surrounding each of the signs for the month of January 2018. I'll be using the Crystal Visions Tarot deck for the main reading. Putting 10 cards plus one additional card from the bottom of the deck is the overall energy for the month. And then I pulled two additional guidance cards from the Soul's Journey deck by James von Praagh and the Soulful Woman guidance card deck. Okay, so I pulled two additional ones just for extra messages for the month of January. Just a couple of things before we get into the reading quickly. The 2018 overview readings, they're up for all of the signs. So please do go, watch your video, watch your sun sign, but I also suggest watching your moon sign and your rising sign. That way you will have a really, a better idea of what is coming up for you throughout the year. Sometimes some of the messages won't resonate in one of the videos, but then when you watch, all three together, you really get a better picture of what's coming up for you. So those are posted. For Virgos watching out there, I really do apologize. Apparently at the beginning of the video for Virgo, the 2018 overview video, I think I'd immediately finished recording Aquarius, and then I stopped and I meditated on Virgo, shuffled, and I guess I had Aquarius on my mind. I kept saying Aquarius instead of Virgo, but it was for Virgo, that reading. So I edited and I uploaded the video. So I apologize for that, Virgo. Sorry about that. Okay, so continuing on. Again, the messages in the videos, in all of my videos, they are general. Right, I do obviously focus on each sign as I meditate, and the reading is for that particular sign, but there are many people with many different situations, right, watching the videos. The only way that you can really get a good personalized, look at what's going on in your life is to get a private reading with me. If you're interested, you can take a look at my site. There you'll find all the information about the readings that I offer, as well as pricing. My site is changingphasestarot.weebly.com, or you could email me at changingphasestarot@gmail.com. Okay, and one last thing, I will be putting out for the full moon at the beginning of January. I'll be doing so in the next couple of days. I'll be posting a full moon special reading for this new full moon of the first super moon of the year, and I'll also be doing my giveaway that I do. So it will be a drawing for a 1-card reading. I will post a separate video for that explaining exactly what you need to do, but if you're interested, just follow the instructions and you'll be entered in a drawing to win a free reading with me. It's just something that I like to do at each full moon, and it's just my way of giving back to everybody who watches me. So I appreciate everybody. Thank you so much for being here, and enough talking. Let's get into your reading. See you in a minute. Hi Virgo, I hope you're doing well. Happy 2018. So I'm here today to do your January 2018 reading. As you can see, I've already laid out the cards, and this is really just to try to cut down on time. I'm doing my best to keep these readings to, 25 to 30 minutes. So I've already meditated off camera, I've shuffled and pulled the cards for your reading. So let me go ahead and lower the camera here, and I'll go through each of the cards as we get to the placement of the card in the reading. Okay, so beginning with the overall energy for the month of January, you have number 19, the Sun. Okay, Major Arcana. So this is you actually have a lot of Major Arcana cards in your reading. So out of the 10 cards here in the spread, plus the additional, card from the bottom of the deck, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 out of the 11 cards are Major Arcana. So there are some significant messages coming through, very powerful, very spiritual messages coming through for you in this month of January, okay, at the beginning of the year, Virgo. So the Sun card, and I'm trying to remember, I'm sorry, I'm terrible at remembering all of the readings, but I'm pretty sure that you had, I want to say the Fool and the Sun in your 2018 overview reading. So if you haven't already watched it, go back, watch the video, because I'm pretty sure that they also came out for you. I must apologize once again. It was your sign that, when I start recording, I always say the name of the sign when I begin the recording, but for some reason I kept saying Aquarius. So I don't know if it was just because I had Aquarius on the brain that day, or if it, maybe some of you have Aquarius somewhere in your chart, but the video that I posted for 2018, the overview video for the year for Virgo, it is definitely for Virgo, even though I do drop a couple of Aquarius during the during the reading, it was for you, most definitely. Okay, so and again, I would encourage you to watch, when you watch your readings, your monthlies, the yearly, take a look at all of your signs. Take a look at your sun sign video, which would be this Virgo, I would think for many of you. And then also take a few minutes to watch the rising sign and moon sign, because there might be additional messages there for you. So going back to the Sun card, I mean, this is a beautiful card to start the year off with. This is a beautiful card for the month of January, because the Sun is it's probably the most positive card in the entire deck for you to get. It's a card that speaks of happiness. It's a card that really it shines light on everything. It enlightens you. It brings in deep insight. It brings in growth. It's a very it's a very prosperous card. It's a card that has to do with feeling very self-assured, good health, vitality. When there's a situation that you're dealing with, the Sun comes in to shine its light on that situation, bring clarity to the situation, and it also it warms and nourishes everything, that it touches, that it's raised touch. So it's a card, you see the butterflies here, there's rebirth around it. You see the woman also has the child. There might be something to do with a child, or a child might be significant during the month of January. But overall, it's just it's a very positive card. So, it shines its light over the entire month, the spread for the entire month of January. So whatever is going on, it's sort of a yes, and things will definitely work out. And there are other cards in the reading that also point to that, the very positive reading that you have here. Okay, so that's wonderful to have to start off the year. Now take a look here at the middle of your reading. You have Major Arcana, the Lovers. And this card, it's a card that speaks of, sometimes it can be a card that speaks of a decision that needs to be made, a decision that's, either a head or heart decision. There's sort of balance needed there with this decision. But it's also a card that speaks of, obviously, a very strong connection to another person. In a non-romantic sense, this could be just a deep friendship with somebody. It could be, a very important partnership with somebody if we look at it in the, the work career sector. And in the romantic, if we look at things from a more romantic point of view, then yes, this would be, the soulmate card, that very harmonious relationship with another person. You see that the two are tied together here on the card. Right, we have the doves, and they're sort of tied them here with this red ribbon. And so it does sort of symbolize some type of, bringing together, joining together of this couple. Could be through an engagement, could be through an actual marriage, some type of, official union here between the two. And when, with the Lovers card, it's sort of that understanding that you're better with the other person, that, more complete than alone. So you both, you bring in, your equal, you bring in equal things to the relationship, and especially in a soulmate relationship, usually it's about learning lessons. There's usually some type of, karmic tie to the person. Sometimes we enter into these soulmate relationships in a previous life. So we enter into the soul contract to come into or incarnate into this lifetime to either teach that person a lesson or to learn something from that person. So, it could be a very significant relationship here at the center of your reading, or this could be a very significant decision that you're having to make, right, in the month of January. It could be quite a difficult one, sort of a head or heart decision, or, like I said, a very significant partnership or relationship. What's crossing this card? So it could, either help or hinder. We have the Knight of Swords. Let me hold this up so you can see him. This could be a person that you're dealing with. So, if, for example, you as Virgo, this could be you dealing with this Knight of Swords person. If it is, it would typically be a middle-aged person, male or female, not gender specific, but an air sign individual. So either an Aquarius, or a Libra, or a Gemini, possibly, right? If you are, then this person, the suit of swords, or the suit of air, is the suit that deals with our thoughts. It's our intellect. It's how we communicate. And the Knight of Swords is one of the faster moving knights in the deck. And knights usually come into to act on something, And so this Knight of Swords, it's a very fast-paced energy. Can be forceful, sometimes, a little aggressive, overbearing, but it's a very, you see that he is ready. He comes in sort of charging in, looks like he's ready for battle. He has his sword drawn. So really, ready for action, ready to take on whatever this is. But there isn't any opposition here. We don't see anybody really going up against him. There is no conflict, but he is ready, So this is kind of coming in very quickly. So this could mean that, again, this is either a person that you're dealing with that has something to do with this Two of Cups. That's the minor arcana. The Lovers card. It could have something to do with that. Or this could, just be that it's very fast paced, because when the Court cards appear in a reading, they can be people, they can be situations or events we're dealing with, or they could be us taking on that particular energy. So this could just be, something that comes in very quick. Maybe this relationship or connection is something that comes about quite quickly. Possibly you weren't expecting it, or it's sort of out of the blue comes charging in. It's that very fast-paced energy. And at the foundation of the reading, you have the Justice card. So another major arcana. This is another card that speaks of karma, right? It's a very karmic card. And it's a card that you can see that she has her sword drawn, just like the Knight of Swords. He has his sword drawn. She has her sword, the sword of truth, drawn. Sorry, I'm not holding this in the middle. There we go. She has her, the scales of justice there as well. And it's a card of really kind of cause and effect, and that's why I say it's a very karmic card, because if for some reason, in the past, maybe somebody treated you unfairly, or you felt as if, you were wronged in a whatever manner, and this card just says, you don't need to worry, because the universe is going to step in, right? There's a divine order to things that happen, and things will get taken care of. So all you need to worry about is yourself, right? Being accountable for your actions, taking responsibility for the things that you do, acting in an ethical manner. There is also this weighing things up. So going back to the Lovers card, if there is some type of decision, it's about you staying true to yourself, weighing everything up in a very, very ethical manner, acting very, very responsibly, and just kind of doing your part. And if this is somebody else who has done something that you felt was unfair in the past, and maybe you know, it's like, oh, that person just seems to get away with everything, and you know, when are they actually going to get what they deserve for treating me so badly, or treating other people, behaving so badly? You don't need to worry about it. You know, you worry about yourself. Be responsible for your actions, and the universe has a way of stepping in and taking care of the rest. Now, in the past position, you have another sword. So you have the Page of Swords in the past, and then the Knight of Swords as the crossing card. So the Page of Swords in the past position, the pages come, you know, it's very young energy, and they're the ones who bring in the news of something, of whatever it is, and then the Knight comes in and acts on it. So you see here, she also has her sword drawn, right? She also looks like she's, you know, she's ready for battle. She's ready to take on anything that comes in. But this is young energy. So again, if this is a person you're dealing with, it will be a younger. Sometimes it can have to do with a child, but it's more of like a teenage or young 20s. It's a younger energy, kind of an immature energy. But somebody who's very, very honest, very just. So there's something, you know, with the Justice card and this card appearing as a foundation and in the past position, there might have been something that, you know, that was, that had to do with the truth, or, you know, or something being unfair, or somebody not telling the truth. Because this person here, this person is very sharp-witted. It's somebody who is very, yeah, even though the person's young, he or she, you know, she really uses her intellect to solve problems, to diffuse conflict. And even though things look a little confusing with all of the ravens flying around her, she is just, you know, she looks quite calm, and she has her sword ready for action, and she's just poised and, you know, ready to take action. So there's this definite fast-paced take action, you know, finding out or cutting through things, finding out the truth of something. And then we do have the truth and then the justice and fairness here. I feel like those three cards are kind of connected to each other. And then from this point onwards, and these are in the foundation in the past, you know, so this Knight of Swords, this might be sort of lingering energy, possibly something, you know, because in the rest of the reading really kind of ties into, you know, the rest of the cards kind of flow, because we have as your crowning card, so, you know, the message from your higher self, we have Major Arcana, the Star. So you have the Star card, you have the Sun card. This is beautiful. This is a very healing energy. This is a very positive energy as well. It's the, you know, wish upon a star, having your dreams come true, your wishes granted. You know, it's not much more you can really say when the Sun card comes out and the Star card. I mean, this is very beautiful energy. This is, you know, very positive. It represents hope. It represents faith, generosity, you know, really sort of focusing on the good things in your life, focusing on what you have, you know, the blessings surrounding you, and then just, I guess, just kind of having, you know, it really, again, there's shining with the star, there's the shining of the light. It's really shining sort of this very positive, very upbeat energy here, you know, that's coming into the reading with this card. So it could be, you know, you thinking about having all of your dreams come true, you know, whatever it is, your intentions, whatever you put out there into the universe, having that, you know, having the universe kind of step up and say, okay, this is what you wished for, here you go. And coming in after the Star card is the Ten of Pentacles, which is the card of financial abundance here, right? And this is earth energy. So obviously, Virgo, this is, you know, your suit, Pentacles energy, earth energy. And the Ten of Pentacles has to do, you can see here in the background, there's a beautiful, looks like a castle, right? She's in this garden setting. She's looking very happy, very content. You know, she has everything that she could ask for, right? And the Suit of Pentacles deals with the material things in life, right? So the things that we can, the tangible things that we can touch and feel. It's the work that we do. It's the money that we make from the work that we do. It's our home. It's also education. And the 10, sometimes this card is referred to as like the inheritance card, because it's a card, it tends in the tarot, they represent endings, but sometimes they also represent kind of like culmination, like the 10 of Cups. It's not like an ending. It's like the ultimate, happiness cups card. 10 of Pentacles, it's not about the ending with this. It's really about the abundance, having accrued all of this wealth, which obviously did not happen overnight, right? To get to the 10 of Pentacles, the person had to work long and hard and really, be very persistent and work hard to prosper like this woman has prospered here. So this coming up, this is you feeling as though you have this financial security, you have the material comforts that you need, you're feeling very safe and secure. So going back to it being called the inheritance card, it's that handed down from one generation to the next. So this could be you receiving some type of money that way. It doesn't necessarily have to be, but it could be, receiving property that's been handed down, or some type of, money that's been handed down from one generation to the next. Or this could just be you feeling, whatever this, having your wishes granted here, and you feeling very financially secure right now, which is great. Great way to start off the year. Now, you in the reading, you appear as Major Arcana, the Hierophant. Okay? And like I said, you have all Major Arcanas going down the side. So you appearing as the Hierophant. Usually the Hierophant, we think of him having to do with kind of like tradition. He's that law and order and conforming, and somebody who really upholds like rituals and ceremonies. Obviously, he's a religious figure. So, when you think about traditional religion and all of the rituals and ceremonies associated with with religion, right? With traditional religions. Sometimes this card appears when you're dealing with, large institutions, like, for example, churches or universities, or even the government, right? Courts. And you did have the Justice card back here. So I'm wondering if there is something to do with dealing with, either a lawyer or the court or the government, something along those lines. But this is you, or this could just be you kind of following, doing things in a traditional manner, right? Or following the rules, or conforming to something. And obviously there are certain jobs that, when you enter into that job, you understand that there are these, kind of societal norms or things that you have to do if you go to work in a big corporation. There are it's a 9-to-5 job. You have to abide by the rules of that company. If you go to work in a school or a university, same type of thing. There are those sort of norms, societal norms that are in place that that if you want to work in that particular environment, that you have to follow those rules. So this could have something to do with that. Sometimes the Hierophant has to do with unlocking something like wisdom, higher truths. And I go back here, there was something to do with truth and the Justice card. So this could be you unlocking, something that you maybe you didn't know. You were trying to find out the answer to this. And there's the Judgment card as your surrounding energy. So this is the energy in your environment, how others are viewing you. And you have the Major Arcana, the Judgment. And the Judgment card it's one before the final, it's like the second to last final Major Arcana card, right? In the Major Arcana. And so it's the card that comes before the World card. And it's a card that also speaks about some type of judgment, some type of major decision, right? A judgment call. It also has to do with leaving the past behind. Some type of tough decision that brings about a fresh start. So there isn't something new, this rebirth, a newness. And, at the center of the reading, there was this Lover's card, which, again, I said it could either be a relationship or a tough decision, a head or heart decision. And then with the Judgment card here as well, there might be some type of important decision that you are, having to make. But it's and it's a decision that, after the Judgment, there's something new that comes in after that. And I see that with the last two cards that you have, and I'll show you them. Your hopes and fears, you have the Unknown card. And for those of you who are not familiar with the Crystal Visions Tarot deck, it's an additional card that they use in the Major Arcana. It comes after the World card. So the World is card number 21. And then this card, it doesn't actually have a number. It's just called the Unknown. And what it speaks of is you can see that the woman, there's the moon in the background, which, it makes us think of the Moon card and hidden things and needing to uncover things. We can see that the woman, she's holding a crystal ball. And in a lot of the in many of the cards in the Crystal Visions deck, for example, like in the Suit of Wands, there are crystal balls that appear, depicted on the card to speak of like enlightenment or vision, or foresight. And she does have a crystal ball, but you see it's clouded, right? So there's something here that is not yet meant to be revealed, right? Something that you might not yet understand. Something that might be coming up in the near future, because this is more towards the end of the month here, sort of towards the end, last week of January. So there might be something that you still are going to find out here, or you still have to uncover. Maybe this has something to do with, you, the Hierophant, unlocking some truth, right? But there's still a hidden element to this, something that you are, you're not supposed to know yet, right? You need to kind of look a little deeper, evaluate everything, right? But there's some unknown, right? And that's in your hopes or fears position. So you could be just fearing that whatever this decision is that you're trying to make, that there is some hidden thing, there is an unknown that, that might surprise you, that might, that after you make this judgment call with this new beginning, that there might be an unknown. But what you have as the outbound energy for January is the 0 card in the Major Arcana. So, this card technically comes after the Unknown card, right? Because after the World card in the Major Arcana, the Fool card comes in as the new beginning. And so this is a card that speaks of new beginnings, much like the fresh start, the rebirth after the Judgment card. There still might be something that you have to figure out or, work on, or, I'm not sure, but it's related to whatever this decision is over here, or possibly the decision of the Lovers. But then you start off on this new beginning. So, you leave the month of January heading into February feeling, pretty much ready to take on the world. And you see that she's also surrounded by the butterflies, which are, symbols of rebirth. She's standing on the ledge. She has one foot on the ground and the other one is kind of hanging off. So she's ready to step off. She's ready to embark on this new adventure, right? She's ready to take that leap of faith. So as you leave the month of January, this is just you feeling very excited, very enthusiastic. You're at the beginning of this new journey. You're kind of looking at all of the choices ahead of you, and feeling very upbeat, feeling very optimistic about it, even though you're cautious about, what dangers might lie ahead. And maybe that has to do with this unknown card. Maybe there is something that you're a little bit concerned about, because obviously, any new beginning, it is a little daunting. It is a little scary for us to start off on that, right? To leave behind something and embark on this new journey. But it is a very, it's a wonderful card. It's you just taking off and embarking on this new chapter, this new phase in your life. And with the Star card here is your crowning energy, and the Sun card is the overall energy. Whatever this decision might be, whatever this new start is, you have, blessed energy surrounding you. You have blessings from the universe. This entire reading is just, it's very spiritually charged. I'm getting goosebumps again. So I do feel that it's very positive, but there's some significant things coming in for you during the month of January, Virgo. So, okay, let's see how the other two cards tie in with the reading. So you have from the Soul's Journey deck by James Van Praagh, you have the Growth card, and it says, I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. And the colors, we have beautiful blues and golds on this card. And from the Soulful Woman deck, we have card number 28, Power of My Voice. I speak my truth and express my feelings to others with care and compassion. It's a beautiful card. Okay, so let me put these back and then I will get into the meaning for each card. So beginning with the Growth card, and for these two I like to read from the guidebook to give you the whole meaning for the card. The Growth card says, you are constantly being presented with situations that enable you to develop your inner wisdom and assist you in advancing to higher levels of understanding. The lesson is to be aware of these events and recognize them for what they are. To live a mindful life is not only about respecting and honoring those around you. It is also about recognizing every person and circumstance on your path as a teacher. The constant chatter and diversions of life on earth can distract you from the signposts that Spirit has left on your path. Take the time to be aware of the bountiful wisdom that has been laid before you. Acknowledge these gifts and take them to heart as you continue your sojourn in this physical dimension. Don't look for the opportunities that you think you need. Instead, be receptive to the opportunities that are given. Interesting. And the other card is card number 28. Let me just find it here. And this card says, I use my voice to express my truth and inner authority. I courageously speak of my feelings to others. My courageous expression is tempered with the wisdom and warmth of compassion, and I share my truth with kindness and sensitivity. My voice is a beautiful instrument. It has the power to soothe, to heal old wounds, and to build bridges between people. My voice can even connect me to the flow of grace through prayer, affirmation, and song. What I say matters. I honor the power of my voice. My positive words help attune me to a higher frequency of creative energy. So, I think the overall message here, there is a very spiritual message coming through. And I think that you're being divinely guided and you're being blessed with whatever decisions and new beginnings you have coming up during this month of January. So I do hope that these messages have helped you. I'm sending you, lots of good wishes for this new year. I do hope that you all have a wonderful 2018. I look forward to reading for you all again. And just know that I'm sending you all much peace, love, and light. Bye.